appreciate all the work that you did on Proposition 64. Our town is one of the most conservative towns in Fresno County, and we went from having a group of people that were very unhappy with us, and what we did was we educated them, and we won the battle. We probably didn't win the war, but with the information that you were helping with the AUMA, it made it very easy. So first I want to thank you for that. But the question that we constantly get asked at our level, at the local level, is that how AB 109 and Prop 47 affect us, and they relate it to the drug crimes. And with the passage of Prop 64, what we get is a lot of people saying, well, look, since you guys just legalized this, then we're letting everybody out. And so what can we do to kind of like, make it to where we can make the people that we want to stay in there, but get the people out that we need to get out?
You should be sitting with these two folks right here. So I'm getting this question about Prop 47 everywhere, not just in town hall settings. And I deserve to get this question because I was the only statewide official that went out there to promote it. So I feel a sense of a unique sense of responsibility as it relates to the application and implementation. I thought it was the right thing to do. I thought that reform was long overdue. I'm very passionate about criminal justice, and I believe that it was a step in the right direction, but I'm not an ideologue. I'm open to argument. I'm interested in evidence. And there was another initiative on the ballot, Prop 63. And that was around gun safety, which also passed. In Prop 63, most folks were not aware of this. There was a provision that fixed a part of Prop 47.
What is Prop 47?
That was the initiative that you passed overwhelmingly a few years ago that said low-level crimes valued at less than $1,000 will not be in certain categories charged any longer as felonies, but as misdemeanors. And the savings associated with that would be reinvested back into communities to deal with prevention, drug and alcohol treatment, job training, and the like. As a consequence of Prop 47, there were thousands of people that no longer were behind bars and were given a second chance and opportunity. What has not materialized is the savings that were promoted, and there's a lot of judgment questions about why. And number two, there's growing concern from mayors of cities large and small, police chiefs, communities large and small, that feel that Prop 47 may be increasing shoplifting and may be increasing petty crimes in communities across the state. And for a lot of folks, they're pointing the fingers there. Others are taking a more holistic look and saying, well, it's not just 47, it may be, as the mayor rightfully and very thoughtfully framed it, the realignment that we did a number of years ago, in addition to 3 strikes form on top of that 47. It's the aggregation of those 3 reforms, and potentially now Prop 57 that you just passed, the governor's initiative, that could be also contributory. The point is, one cannot be ideological about this. And as we processed concerns around 47, making gun possession of an illegal firearm whose value is less than $1,000, that under 47 that became a misdemeanor, some folks said that's wrong. If someone's in possession of an illegal gun, that should remain a felony. We, as a promoter of 47, I agreed with that. Said, you know what? In hindsight, you're right. And we fixed that in Prop 63. My long-winded point, and I apologize, but it's an important additional apology, right, for a long-windedness, is that we also need to be considerate of subsequent reforms. If there are patterns, if we promoted one thing and it no longer, because of changing conditions, is producing the kind of results that we were promoting, then we may need to go back, tighten things up. We need to go back and fix some things. And I just want to say this because I think I'm uniquely positioned as the one guy out there that was out front on it to also have the moral authority, and if I'm governor, have the formal authority to engage in a conversation where I hopefully can bring people together around this and begin to solve this substantive problem. Final point, and I just want to end a little bit on the Prop 64 question. Just very briefly, and I know we touched on it. And again, thank you, all of you, sincerely, for taking the time to be here. This is just an extraordinary thing. One of my pet peeves is when we promote initiatives and we promote savings and it never, ever manifests. That we sit out there and say, this initiative will save us $1 billion. And then the budgets of this keep going up, the budgets of that keep going up. There has to be accountability. So, with Prop 64, we said we are going to save hundreds of millions of dollars, and we are going to generate billions of dollars in revenue. So what gives you any confidence that you won't be left wanting on that? And I'll tell you why this initiative is a little different. We spent 2 years, and Mayor, thank you for framing your question. I spent 2 years on this initiative because I didn't want to wake up after promoting it and then read it and figure out what the heck we just did. How often does that happen with ballot measures? The reason it's 60 plus pages is we wanted to be prescriptive. And the most prescriptive area is where the money will go. None of the money goes to the general fund in the state. 60% of the money goes back to counties for mental health, as I said earlier, and substance abuse programs, after school and preschool programs for children, youth, and family. It is prescribed in the initiative. It cannot be used for anything else. 20% of the money goes back to law enforcement, even though they opposed it. We wanted to be fair because we recognize the war on drugs has not been bad as it relates to overtime, as it relates to buy bus programs. I participated in those as mayor in the Tenderloin. I intimately know how that works. And so we recognize there needs to be some retraining and some remuneration as we go from something old to something new. The other 20% goes to environmental remediation. In Dutch Flat, we got a lot of illegal grows. Placer County, Nevada County, there are a lot of illegal grows. This is not what we promoted in Prop 64. It was to shut these things down. And I'll tell you, I sent a letter to the Trump administration, not ever expecting a thank you or a return, but saying, Jeff Sessions, you want to go after the cartels? You want to go after the legal grows? Let's invite you in. Folks that are out there destroying the environment, tapping into the rivers, folks out there lacing little sausages on, wire, and the deer going in and eating those sausages, dying, and then their carcasses are being eaten by vultures, and the vultures are having to form embryos. That ain't right. And we're going to go after those folks as well. And so it's a long-winded way of saying it's not just about the corner drug dealers. It's about folks destroying our environment. It's about folks out there that are in the illicit black market doing the wrong thing without permission, without local support. And that is also tip the spirit of the kind of work that we are committed to addressing as it relates to that initiative. So again, in the day, it's about trust. It's about transparency. It's about engagement. You've given me that privilege here tonight. I extend to you a commitment to continuing the conversation, hopefully not just through this campaign. It's just 10 and a half or so months away till that June primary and through November of next year, but hopefully for many, many years to come. Thank you, each and every one of you, for being here.